At some point, you gotta hold yourself accountable for where you are in life right now, because as you get older, you're gonna stop having people hold you accountable in terms of making sure you are where you need to be, making sure that you're making the money you need to make, making sure that you're learning the things you need to learn, and so on and so forth. So the importance of being accountable is basically the same as making sure that you survive in this life, right? Because again, as you get older, a lot of people are gonna not hold you accountable. Right, the people that hold you accountable gets less and less and less because as you get older, unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, people just get you know tired of keeping up with other people that aren't going into the same direction as them, right? So, for instance, you could be in high school with a group of friends, and you have teachers, stuff like that. Everyone's trying to hold you accountable, teachers, family, and stuff like that, because you're still a kid and everything. And kids need guidance, which is great. But as you get older, college, stuff like that, like parents are just like more hands off, right? Because you're getting older, you have to learn responsibilities. Even teachers are more hands off. It's like, okay, you're paying to be here. This is your money. You're paying to be here. Show up to class if you want to, and if you don't, I mean that's your money, right? Teachers start, caring less, and as you get further along in life, like working and stuff like that, like jobs are not going to encourage you constantly to work there. They have a lot of people wanting to work there for them and stuff like that. Now, again, this is just like straightforward, examples of stuff like that. Definitely is some nuance to it. People will look out for you here and there and try to hold you accountable, but like as you get older, it's less and less likely that people are going to hold you accountable towards the things that you need to do, right? So yeah, it's just something you have to focus on. It's a constant grind, and it's something that a lot of people tell us to do when we're young, but we don't really take it serious. Like it's like you need to learn how to do this because I'm not going to be here one day, or I'm not going to be always here to do this for you, or you need to do this because when you get older, so on and so forth, right? A lot of people try to instill that into us as younger people, but again, we don't take it seriously until we're older. Luckily for myself, I got onto it eventually. I got onto it like 19, 20. I'll say 20 years old. Like I understood like I need to be more accountable, and I wasn't perfect at it, right? I was late to things, right? I got fired a couple times, and I got mad at people and life and stuff like that. But I just had to bring it back on myself, right? Because I'm like, I'm the one causing these situations, and I can better my situation, right? It's things that happen, out of our controls, of course, and stuff like that. But for the majority of people, especially people in the United States, is definitely pretty, I want to say easy, but it's pretty possible to change your life around. Like there's a lot of people in worse situations than you and I, that are making it happen, are turning their life around drastically, right? And when I discovered that, I realized I needed to get myself together because it's like it's people in worse situations than me, like making more money than me, and in better situations for themselves, stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that's inspiration. And I just started holding myself more accountable towards my goals because just like those people, they just got to a point where they were just like, dang, I got myself to this point, so I need to get myself out of this point, right? And yeah, it's just something you have to practice and stay on top of, right? Because again, less and less people hold you accountable as you're older, so you need to be one of your main sources of accountability. Just like, hey, I'm not doing X, so I need to tighten myself up, right? And yeah, it's just a good strength to have towards um, new goals that you want to hit and just maintain the type of life you want, right? And it is really that simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And accountability just, man, it's such a small but powerful thing. Is like when you can take accountability for where you're at, it allows you to take more control of your life. It's like, dang, like I said earlier, like you know I got myself in this situation, so I can pull myself out, right? And again, it takes time, and it's not an overnight thing. For example, myself, like I was like 19, dropped out of college, didn't have any skill sets to move me forward in life. So I was like, man, I just gotta work. So I'm working at odd jobs here and there, trying to find my way. Got fired at one job, got let go of another job. Eventually, I found a job where I could stay for 2 years. And I think a year or a year and a half in that job, I realized that I needed to, you know, push myself forward, and I couldn't see myself there any longer. So I started learning digital marketing, right? No one told me, no one told me to do these things. No one in my family, girlfriend at the time, none of them told me to do these things. I was just sowing to myself accountability for myself. Like, I need to turn my life around. That I just started looking at all this stuff, and eventually I was able to pivot to where I'm at right now, several years later, where I'm in, I'm in a great situation, and that just all came off accountability. And now I'm trying to move forward in other things in my life, and it's forcing me to be more accountable. Right? It's uncomfortable. It forces you to look in the mirror like, okay, I'm doing this. I need to stop doing this if I want this to happen and stuff like that. It's a constant thing you need to do, but it's so powerful, because again, it allows you to take control of your life and understand the things you're doing to affect your life. But yeah, hopefully that all helps. If you need help with being accountable and mental discipline and all that good stuff, I offer coaching. First link in the description. Click on that if you need to. But other than that, subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.